I'm Eric Novak, and coming up on this next review, I'm going to take a look at the all-new 2018 Acura TLX A-Spec. As a brand, Acura typically has fared better with its SUVs and crossovers. The RDX and the MDX have typically been their best sellers year after year. Now, the sedans, they haven't fared as well, and it's not been because they've made poor quality sedans. They've been fun to drive, they've been good engineered vehicles, but the exterior design, I think, is where they've fallen short. Since 2015, the mid-size offering for Acura in the sedan segment has been the TLX, and it's been a solid driving car as with all their previous offerings, but again, exterior styling has left a little bit to be desired. For 2018 though, the TLX has undergone a mid-model refresh with some improvements in the exterior designs throughout all trim levels. But for the first time, they've also introduced a new performance trim level. It's the A-Spec, and the 2018 Acura TLX A-Spec is the feature that we have on this review. The 2018 TLX A-Spec has got some pretty unique design elements on the front that I want to point out to you. The most notable, of course, is the Pentagon grille. Now, this is the new grille design that Acura is using across, and it's a really big improvement compared to what they used to have. Think smiley face. But with the A-Spec, it's also in sort of a black matte finish. It's got a dark chrome surround as well, which looks quite nice in combination. The front fascia has been improved quite a bit as well. There's a nice wide dark spacing in between, and on the corners of the front fascia, you've got LED fog lights, again with a sort of a dark surround. You'll see on their headlights, LED, the dual headlights that Acura now has with the A-Spec on this Tech trim level, which I have. The Tech A-Spec, they're square dual headlights. On the Elite, which is the one above, they actually get round, but it's got a nice sort of dark surround as well that looks quite nice when illuminated, either daytime running lights or even at night. It looks really, really sharp. The front hood is got some new design contours to it. I like the lines of it. It looks aggressive and sharp. The new 19-inch wheels are sort of a brushed gray color. It looks really nice overall. Now, I've driven this car as an exterior black color, but I really think with the white, it's the best contrast design. It really looks sharp with the black and the white combination. It's great on the front, and there's a couple of neat design elements I want to show on the back as well. Okay, here on the back, you've got some interesting design elements as well. You've got a gloss black deck lid spoiler. It shows up quite nice with the white. Again, I like the white versus the black. They've got these smoked LED tail lights. It's sort of a foggier type effect. It looks quite nice. You've got a diffuser on the back. It's a black contrasting diffuser, and also there's dual 4-inch exhaust pipes. Now, what's interesting, if you're in Canada like I am, the dual 4-inch pipes are available on all trim levels of the TLX, where in the US they're not. I believe it's only standard on the 6, but not on the 4. Maybe that's because here at Honda Canada suspects there is a greater willingness to buy the 4-cylinder, but they'd like the same sort of design cues as you see with the A-Spec. But that's an interesting thing to note. If you're in Canada, the dual pipes are available across all TLX, but not down in the US. But if you also add some black lining on the side mirrors, that's the overall exterior cues that look really sharp, especially in this white on black with the TLX A-Spec. inside the new TLX A-Spec. It does look familiar compared to previous versions, but there are some differences. The seating has been improved for the performance element. It's bolstered. There's the extra side bolsters here as well. You've got this red leather option as well. It's not there's black available as well, but the red and the contrasting red on black, there's some noticeable stitching elements to it. You're seeing more red leather around in certain performance vehicles. I just had a Camry a few weeks ago I reviewed where there was this bright red and it was this big sort of departure from what I'm used to. But here with the Acura and the TLX A-Spec, I actually kind of like it. It looks, I think, suitable. You've got now, of course, the electronic shifting transmission, which is now being used across all of Honda and Acura's products. It's a 9-speed automatic transmission. You've got your paddle shifters. The A-Spec does have a sort of a thicker performance type of steering wheel as well. There is a new redesigned dual screen system that is for the first time applied with the new 2018 TLX. I like it in that the touchscreen, the 7-inch touchscreen that we're working with, is more intuitive. It's a little bit more easier to work with. You don't have to find it, and I find the placement of certain touch buttons is easy to work with. There is a combination of touch and tactile, which is always a good thing as well, especially things like zooming in on the upper screen with the GPS. It's easy to do with the rotating knob here. But overall, it's a nice look and feel inside the TLX A-Spec. Driving in the 2018 TLX A-Spec is a good experience. I enjoy driving in it. Now, this is the V6 engine in it. It has 290 horsepower, 267 pound-feet of torque. It is a 3.5 liter direct injection aluminum alloy engine. It's good pep. It has good power, good torque, and it also has Acura's super handling all-wheel drive, which is, if you know, it's an interesting type of performance component in that the all-wheel drive system has the ability to send torque directly to all four wheels. So, you know, if you're turning around a bend, it actually will increase the amount of torque or send it towards the outside wheel, sort of enhancing the ability to turn on a better angle, better radius. It's really a fun thing, and I've always enjoyed it since they brought it out. There is a 4-cylinder option, of course, for this TLX A-Spec. It's a 2.4 liter turbocharged engine. It has 206 total horsepower, and again, it's a fun vehicle as well. You can get the A-Spec trim with the 4-cylinder, but of course not with the super handling all-wheel drive. Fuel economy here on this V6 engine is not bad. It is rated in terms of combined fuel economy at 10.3 liters per 100 kilometers. That works out to 22.8 US miles per gallon. And how they achieve that? Well, they have some, various methods for doing so. In stop and go traffic, they do have auto stop start feature. And the one thing about auto stop start, it has become a lot better with second generations. I remember it was a lot more invasive when this type of technology first came out, but really it gets hard to notice that it's actually turning itself on and off nowadays. It's far better than it used to be. Also, they have the ability with this engine, the sort of cylinder management. It will drop down to 3 cylinders in coasting situations where there's not the need for 6, so that saves fuel economy as well. And the 9-speed automatic transmission that comes with this, the ratios are matched pretty well, and they're optimized for fuel economy, so that's pretty good there also. In terms of comfort and convenience factors, there's a few things here in this A-Spec in the tech package. I've got a thigh extender on the driver's seat, which is a good thing for long drives. It allows you to stretch out your thigh and not feeling any sort of leg strain. I have always enjoyed that feature. The sound system is pretty darn good. It's a 10-speaker premium system here on this A-Spec in the tech package. You have your Apple CarPlay and Android Auto available as well, should you want to download or use your music from your phone. But heck, it even has a CD player. It's still kind of old school. I mean, not all cars have that anymore, but you can still have a CD player as well as your AM and FM. So there's plenty of things to keep you busy and entertained and comfortable while you're driving here in the TLX A-Spec. just as we've seen with the mainline brands, luxury brands are noticing a shift in buyer preferences away from sedans and into crossovers, and that's why we're seeing so many new offerings from the luxury brands into the crossover SUV segment as well. That doesn't mean that there isn't still a market for people looking to get into a luxury mid-size performance sedan, but with a shrinking market, if you're going to be competitive, you have to be good. And with a lot of quality offerings out there, Acura really had to do some things to up its game and make it especially competitive in a shrinking market. With this A-Spec trim level of the new refreshed 2018 Acura TLX, I gotta admit, they've really done that. I'm really enjoying this new vehicle, and I was always sort of lukewarm on the TLX before, but especially with this A-Spec and the performance and the exterior design elements, I mean, it's a pretty good looking car, which is a big step up from what it used to be. I really like this new TLX A-Spec, and if you're still shopping in this category, don't overlook this car. You probably want to go take a look and see for yourself. That's it for this review, though. For EnviroDad.com, I'm Eric Novak. Thanks for watching. There's plenty of ways for you to keep connected with me, so check out some of my social media links, suggested videos, and I'd really love it if you subscribe to my YouTube channel.